Hello and welcome to Weekly Centerpoint. I'm Farhan Bukhari in Islamabad. Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan has finally won his freedom. What happens next? Is there going to be a new spate of allegations against Pakistan's nuclear program? Or are we going to see the end, the final conclusion, the curtains being drawn on this chapter? What happens to the medium and long-term future of Pakistan's nuclear policy now that Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan is free to meet with people, give interviews and other kinds of interaction across Pakistan society? To discuss this matter further, I'm joined in our Islamabad studios by Dr. Zafar Nawaz Jaspal of the Quaid-e-Azam University in Islamabad, Professor H. Nayyar, presently with the Sustainable Development Policy Institute, but of course a physicist of known repute. Gentlemen, welcome to the program. Dr. Jaspal, the question for you. Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan, through a court order, has now finally won his freedom, at least for the time being. Does this have implications for Pakistan's overall nuclear policy, given Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan's controversial past and the allegations that have been globally leveled against Pakistan?
If you can try to see it after 6 years, he is now open to speak. Naturally, he is an aggrieved person and he will raise certain issues. And those issues which the government of Pakistan will not like it. So this will create a number of the troubles. Second point is that Pakistan's nuclear policy. Obviously, Pakistan's nuclear policy will be not affected as yet, except that they will further strengthen this human responsibility program, and under that they will definitely try to once again curtail the Qadir Khan's movement.
But what about international pressures coming on Pakistan? Do you think there will be new pressures on Pakistan given this development?
I think there will be two types of the new pressure. One is that the international electronic print media people try to reach Abdul Qadir Khan. And as you know, that Abdul Qadir Khan is very much media friendly and he always likes to be in the media. So when he will come into the media, naturally there will be a lot of hue and cry, a lot of trouble. New things will come up and new issues will be raised. This is number one. Number two is that the governmental pressure from the Western side, that by governmental, maybe International Atomic Energy Agency people can ask that we want to meet him. Maybe the Americans will ask that we want to meet him. So that will be definitely a new sort of a problem for government of Pakistan.
Professor Nayyar, what does this development do to the future of our nuclear program given the past controversy?
No, I don't think Pakistan's nuclear program as such and nuclear assets as such will be affected by Qadir Khan's incarceration or freedom. But incarceration and freedom has much to do with the past, with the proliferation that Qadir Khan was involved in, and with the international community wanting to know what the actual truth was. Was the proliferation confined to only a person or the whole institution? Was it confined to only a couple of countries or many more countries? Was it for personal greed or the state policy? These are the questions that are boiling in the minds of Western observers. And I'm sure they are going to take advantage of the freedom that now Dr. Qadir Khan has to get the truth, to get to the truth. The point is that Qadir Khan was also released some time ago, some months ago, and then he started to speak too much. And I think the additional restrictions that were put on him, ostensibly for the sake of his own protection, were meant to insulate him from the external media.
Is that something which is likely, do you think, likely to happen again? Because as we heard earlier on from Professor Jaspal, Dr. A.Q. Khan does have a reputation of being very media friendly. And
well, media friendly is a very polite word for that.
If he chooses to speak.
Yeah, he is pretty aggressive in his media campaigns. When he indulges in them, he actually, indulges in them very aggressively. So this is what the state is scared of. And I guess Qadir Khan has already come very openly in saying that I was the fall guy in this whole episode, proliferation episode, that there were many other people involved, including him. He pointed out some, without naming, he accused the military officers being involved in this also. So I think there would be many people in Pakistani government and establishment who would be very uncomfortable with Qadir Khan getting complete freedom, especially freedom of speaking to media here and abroad.
We have to take a break right now. We'll be back in a moment. We continue this discussion. There are other aspects to this situation. One, of course, being the nuclear program itself. Going forward, Pakistan remains a candidate to get civilian nuclear reactors from the Western world. Whether that's going to happen or not, whether the hangover from the Dr. A.Q. Khan controversy is going to be too much to keep on pressing Pakistan into a failure mode every time it tries to get civilian nuclear reactors from the Western world. Those are some of the issues that we'll get into. We'll be back in a moment. Do stay with us.